Hi Emily, I stumbled upon your YouTube channel and I'm really inspired by what you're doing.
Hi, Harry. I'm glad to hear that. What inspired you to reach out?
Well, I've been feeling quite discouraged with my English learning lately. It feels like I'm not making much progress and I'm losing motivation.
I understand how you feel, Harry. I've been there myself, but let me tell you, turning my learning journey into something I can share with others has made all the difference.
How so?
Creating and sharing English learning videos has given me a sense of purpose. It's not just about studying for myself anymore. It's about helping and inspiring others on their language learning journey.
That sounds amazing, Emily, but I'm not sure if I could do something like that.
Trust me, Harry, you can. Everyone's journey is unique, and by sharing yours, you could be making a real difference in someone else's life.
You're right. I never thought about it that way. Maybe it's time for me to give it a try.
Absolutely. I'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Thanks, Emily. Where do I even begin?
Well, first, think about what you're passionate about in English learning. It could be grammar tips, vocabulary building, or even sharing your experiences with language challenges.
I've always struggled with pronunciation. Maybe I could create videos about techniques to improve pronunciation.
That's a fantastic idea, Harry. Your personal journey with pronunciation could really resonate with others facing similar struggles.
All right, I'm excited to get started, but what about the technical side of things? I'm not very tech savvy.
Don't worry, Harry. I can help you with that. I'll show you the basics of video recording and editing. And remember, you don't need fancy equipment to start. A smartphone and some free editing software are all you need.
That's a relief. I was worried it would be too complicated.
Nah, you'll pick it up quickly. The most important thing is your passion for sharing your journey with others.
Thanks, Emily. I feel a lot more confident now.
Anytime, Harry. Let me show you how to get started. For your videos, you can use text-to-speech from Speech Convert for your audio. It's a great tool for generating natural-sounding voices. And for visuals, you can use images from Midjourney and Leonardo AI. As for the script, you can use ChatGPT to help you generate engaging content.
Wow, that sounds like everything I need. Thanks for guiding me through this, Emily.
Of course, Harry. Remember, the most important thing is to be authentic and passionate in your videos. Your journey is unique, and people will connect with that.
Absolutely, Emily. I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
And don't worry too much about perfection. It's okay to make mistakes. That's all part of the learning process.
That's reassuring to hear. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes.
Trust me, I know the feeling. But with each video you create, you'll improve and grow.
Thanks for the encouragement, Emily. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, Harry. Now let's dive into the video editor. I'll show you some basic editing techniques to make your videos engaging and professional looking.
Sounds good. I'm eager to learn.
All right, Harry. Now, let's talk about using CapCut for video editing. It's a user-friendly app with a lot of powerful features.
CapCut. I've heard of it but never used it before.
Don't worry, it's quite intuitive. First, let's open the app on your phone. Once you're in, you can start a new project by tapping on the plus button.
Got it. What's next?
Now you can import your video clips and any images you want to include in your project. Just tap on Import and select the files from your phone's gallery.
That sounds easy enough. How do I edit the videos?
Once your files are imported, you can arrange them in the timeline at the bottom of the screen. You can trim, split, and adjust the speed of each clip to fit your desired sequence.
And what about adding text or music?
CapCut makes it simple. You can add text by tapping on the text option and customize it with different fonts, colors, and animations. For music, you can import your own tracks or choose from the app's library.
This is starting to come together. Is there anything else I should know?
One more thing. Transitions. They help smooth out the cuts between your clips. CapCut offers a variety of transition effects to choose from, so feel free to experiment and find what works best for your style.
Thanks for reminding me, Emily. I'll definitely play around with those.
Harry begins working on his first project, focusing on pronunciation tips.
Alright, so for my first tip, I want to talk about the difference between th and es sounds. Let's see.
He starts recording his voiceover using the text-to-speech feature recommended by Emily.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my English pronunciation tip series. Today, we're going to tackle the th and s sounds, which can be tricky for many learners.
As he speaks, he adds visuals of mouth positions and example words on the screen, following Emily's advice on engaging content.
Looking good, Harry. Adding those visuals really enhances the learning experience.
Thanks, Emily. I'm glad you think so. All right, now let's add some background music to make it more lively.
Harry selects a suitable background track from CapCut's library and adjusts its volume to complement his voiceover.
Perfect. Now I just need to add some transitions between the clips to make it flow smoothly.
He experiments with different transition effects until he finds the ones that suit his style.
And done. I think I'm ready to share my first pronunciation tip video with the world.
Harry's channel has gained its first subscribers. It's a moment that fills him with excitement. He rushes over to Emily's house to share his joy. In that moment, he realizes he's no longer feeling discouraged about learning English. The process of researching topics and creating content for his videos has helped him improve his language skills.
Emily, you won't believe it. I just checked my channel and I already have some subscribers.
That's incredible, Harry. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Emily. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support.
It's all you, Harry. Your dedication and passion for sharing your English learning journey are truly inspiring.
You know, I used to feel so discouraged about learning English, but now I feel more motivated than ever. Creating these videos has not only helped others but also improved my own language skills.
That's the beauty of it, Harry. When you teach, you learn twice. I'm proud of how far you've come.
Thank you, Emily. Your words mean a lot to me. I never realized how fulfilling it could be to share what I've learned with others.
It's amazing, isn't it? And the best part is, as you continue to create and share your videos, you'll keep learning and growing along the way.
Absolutely. I'm already thinking about what topic to tackle next. I want to keep providing valuable content for my subscribers.
That's the spirit, Harry. Keep that enthusiasm alive, and there's no limit to what you can achieve.
I will, Emily. And hey, maybe someday I'll have as many subscribers as you.
Who knows? But remember, it's not about the numbers. It's about the impact you make on the lives of those who watch your videos.
You're absolutely right, Emily. Quality over quantity, as they say.
Exactly. So, have you thought about the next topic for your video?
I have, actually. I want to dive deeper into pronunciation and focus on common mistakes learners make with vowel sounds.
That sounds like a great idea. Vowel sounds can be particularly tricky for English learners.
Definitely. I remember struggling with them myself when I first started learning English.
Me too. But once you understand the patterns and practice regularly, it becomes much easier.
Exactly. So let's start by breaking down the different vowel sounds in English.
Good idea. English has a total of 20 vowel sounds, which can be categorized into short vowels, long vowels, diphthongs, and schwa.
Right. Short vowels are typically heard in words like cat, bed, and big, where the vowel sound is short and crisp.
Long vowels, on the other hand, are found in words like cake, see, and go, where the vowel sound is held for a longer duration.
Then we have diphthongs, which are combinations of two vowel sounds pronounced within the same syllable, like in the words boy and loud.
And let's not forget about the schwa sound, which is the most common vowel sound in English, and is often found in unstressed syllables, like the sound in banana.
Right. The schwa sound is like the neutral sound of English, and it can be quite tricky for learners to recognize because it's so subtle.
Exactly. But once you train your ear to hear it and practice producing it, it becomes easier to identify in words.
Right. It's all about developing that listening and speaking muscle memory.
Absolutely. And the more exposure you have to English, whether through listening to native speakers or practicing speaking yourself, the more familiar you'll become with the schwa sound and other pronunciation features.
That makes sense. So in our video, we should encourage our viewers to immerse themselves in English as much as possible to improve their pronunciation skills.
Definitely. And we can provide resources and suggestions for ways they can do that, like watching English language movies or TV shows, listening to podcasts or music, and engaging with native speakers online.
That's a great idea. The more opportunities they have to hear and mimic native pronunciation, the better they'll become at reproducing those sounds themselves.
Exactly. And by practicing regularly and being patient with themselves, they'll gradually build confidence and proficiency in English pronunciation.
That's the key, isn't it? Consistency and patience are essential in any language learning journey.
Absolutely. Progress may not always be immediate, but with dedication and perseverance, it will come.
And that's a message I want to convey to our viewers. I want them to know that it's okay to make mistakes, to stumble along the way. It's all part of the learning process.
Definitely. Learning a language is a journey filled with ups and downs, but every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory.
You know, Emily, there was a time when I hit a roadblock in my language learning journey. I felt like I was stuck in a rut, making little progress despite my efforts. It was frustrating to say the least, but thanks to your inspiration, I was able to turn that frustration into something meaningful.
I'm glad I could help, Harry. It's amazing to see how far you've come since then.
Thank you, Emily. Your support truly made a difference, and now I want to pay it forward. I want to take everything I've learned, all the struggles and triumphs, and share them with others who may be facing similar challenges.
That's a wonderful idea, Harry. You have a wealth of knowledge and experience to offer to the language learning community.
Exactly. And through our videos, I want to inspire others to embrace their own language learning journeys, to persevere in the face of obstacles, and to never give up on their dreams of fluency.
It's incredible how your own journey has transformed into a source of inspiration for others. You know, when I first started learning English, I faced many of the same challenges you did. There were times when I felt like throwing in the towel, like I would never be able to master the language.
I can relate to that feeling all too well.
But looking back, I realized that every setback was just another opportunity to learn and grow. And now, being a part of this journey with you, I see firsthand the impact we can have on others who may be feeling the same way we once did.
That's so true, Emily. And knowing that we can make a difference in someone else's language learning journey is incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely. So to anyone out there who may be feeling discouraged, who may be on the brink of giving up, I want to say this. Don't lose hope. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, brings you one step closer to fluency. Believe in yourself, stay determined, and never forget that you're not alone. We are here to support you every step of the way.
And if you're feeling stuck in your language learning journey, consider finding ways to give back and make a difference. Instead of solely focusing on studying, think about how you can use your language skills to contribute meaningfully to the world around you.
That's right, Harry. There are so many opportunities to share your language abilities and spread positivity. For example, you could start a blog or create videos, sharing your language learning tips and experiences, just like we're doing.
Or you could volunteer to teach English to homeless children or refugees. Not only would you be helping others, but you'd also be reinforcing your own language skills in the process.
Exactly. By giving back to your community and using your language skills for good, you'll not only feel a sense of fulfillment, but also gain valuable real-world experience that can enhance your fluency.
So don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and explore these opportunities. You never know how much of an impact you can make until you try.
And remember, every small act of kindness and generosity contributes to your growth as a language learner and as a person.
Absolutely. So let's embrace these opportunities to give back and make a difference, both in our own lives and in the lives of others.
Before we wrap up, I want to extend an invitation to everyone listening. If you're passionate about learning English and want to join a supportive community dedicated to language learning, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, Learn English with Triangle.
Trust me, folks, you won't find a better guide and mentor than Emily. Her videos are not only informative but also incredibly inspiring.
Thank you, Harry. And I want to take a moment to express our gratitude to all of you, our viewers and supporters. Your enthusiasm and dedication to learning inspire us every day.
Absolutely. Without your support, our channel wouldn't be where it is today. So thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to continuing to learn and grow together.
Your engagement, feedback, and encouragement mean the world to us. Together, we're building a community of language learners who uplift and inspire each other.
And as we continue on this journey, we promise to keep striving for excellence and delivering content that empowers and enriches your language learning experience.
So keep watching, keep sharing, and keep spreading the love of language learning. Together, there's no limit to what we can achieve.
Oh, and before we go, we want to let you know that the audio and visuals in our videos are powered by artificial intelligence.
That's right. The speech synthesis you hear is generated using text-to-speech technology from Speech Convert.
And the images you see are created using advanced algorithms developed by OpenAI.
So, rest assured, you're experiencing cutting-edge technology that enhances your learning experience.
And if you're curious about the tools we use or want to learn more about AI-powered content creation, feel free to reach out.
We're always happy to share our knowledge and expertise with our amazing audience.
Thank you once again for your support. And until next time, stay curious, stay motivated, and keep reaching for the stars.
Take care, everyone, and see you in the next video.